Make some noise. Hadithi, Hadithi.
Stole my shine there. Let me treat you to the next storyteller. It's a lady, an elegant lady. The story is about the people she met, the things she saw, and the things that went through her mind in the never-ending night in Cape Town. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mutali Nemadzivhanani to the stage. Mutali.
I'm 19 years old. I'm far away from home. And I'm a student at UCT. My friends and I really embrace the student life. Our weekends start on a Wednesday and end on a Sunday. On this particular day, it was a Saturday. A lot of people were raving about to party in the clubs. But for some reason, I just didn't want to go. A friend of mine, Aubrey, came to visit me. He was with his friend, Simpiwe. We hung out for a bit, and in the end, they convinced me to go to the party. Aubrey drops me and Simpiwe off at the club. He has to go fetch his sister. After that, he has to go pick up his friends, drop them off somewhere. Then he's going to come back, and we're going to party all night long. DJ Glenn Lewis is on the ones and twos. So the party is jumping. I'm having a great time. I don't really know anyone there, but I'm making friends everywhere. Every now and then, Simpiwe would pop up, hand me a drink, and disappear and do his own thing. As I'm partying, I realized that people are starting to disappear. It's about that time that they start to switch on the lights, you know. I look for Simpiwe, I can't find him anywhere. I look for Aubrey's sisters, I don't see them anymore. And come to think of it, Aubrey never did come back to the club. Now, I'm not too worried because I'm a village girl and we're resourceful. So I go outside, I talk to the bouncers. Bouncers love me. So they offer to help me get a ride. They ask everybody that's coming out of the club, please will you help this girl? But nobody's going in my direction. The only people that are offering me rides are a big group of guys, and I'm just not that comfortable. Eventually, an older gentleman in a suit offers to take me. I mean, he's older and he's in a suit in a club, right? I should be in good hands. We get into a sedan and we drive off. I explained to him that I'm going to Marbury, and he says, I know where that is. I'm not sure what happens, either I black out or I pass out, but there's some kind of out that happens. When I come to, we're going in the opposite direction of Marbury. I say to him, we're going in the wrong direction, but you know what, it's okay. My aunt lives just by Century City. Just drop me off by the mall, she come pick me up. We pass the off-ramp. I explained to him, we've just passed the off-ramp. Maybe we should make our way back? But he keeps driving. I'm confused, I don't know what's happening, I'm still a little drunk. But I noticed this is Grand West Mall, the casino. I said to the gentleman, thanks for the ride, but you can just drop me off by the casino. You don't even have to go all the way. Just stop here, I'll walk, I'll call my aunt, she'll come pick me up. But he keeps driving. I asked the gentleman in the suit, Gran, where are you taking me? He turns to me and says, Google it. At that moment, I felt as my spirit left my body. I'm a village girl. I don't know much about the hood. But when I left Limpopo, they told me that Guguletu is the biggest and the most dangerous township in South Africa. I don't know what to do. I'm starting to freak out. And that's when I see a sign that indicates that Guguletu is the next off-ramp. I feel helpless. Now it's 3 bars to the off-ramp. My heart's beating faster. 2 bars to the off-ramp. So many things are going through my head. 1 bar to the off-ramp. And now I can't even breathe. And as we leave the highway, I feel as if I'm living my life. As we get into Guguletu, I noticed a shell garage. And I'm happy and I'm hopeful because on television they said that if ever you're lost or you don't know where you are, the best place for you to be is in the garage. So I turn to the gentleman in the suit and I say, Sir, you are just far too kind. Thank you for this lift. You can leave me right here. I'll be fine. But he keeps driving. And as we enter the houses, I know that if I go any further inside, I'll never make it out of here. At least not alive. And in my head, I feel like this man is going to have his way with me, and after that, he's going to have me as a stew with green salad and Tabasco. So I say, hell no, not today. I told y'all I'm resourceful. I jumped out of the car. Yes, it was still moving. I rolled a few times and then I stopped. And then he stops. I hold my breath and pray that he doesn't see me in the dark. He drives off. I get up, dust myself off, and I make my way to the Shell garage. When I get to the Shell garage, I tell my story to the petrol attendants. Petrol attendants, they love me. So they offer to help me get a ride out of Guguletu and to my aunt's. They ask everybody, this isn't the morning. Everyone is coming into Guguletu, not outside. But eventually, a very nice cab driver says to me, well, I have to pick up people from the train station, drop them off at home, then I'll be available to take you home. Whew, I'm so happy. We wait for the people outside the train station. As we're waiting, the cab driver turns to me and says, Yazi umuhle. You're very pretty. I say, oh, thank you. And at that moment, people came out of the train, we dropped them off, and now we're on our way out. I can almost feel my bed. Cab driver says again to me, Yazi umuhle. You're very pretty. Again, I say very coyly, thank you. And then he says to me, I want you to be my girlfriend, is that okay? I tell him I have a boyfriend. He says, so? You have a boyfriend, I have a girlfriend. What does that have to do with me and you? I say to him, I'm very flattered, but it's just not going to work. The cab driver stops the car, turns to me and says, "Get out." My aunt is going to pay you double. She'll pay you triple. Please, just take me to my aunt. He says, "Hey, Stacey, I said you must be my girlfriend. You don't want to be my girlfriend? Get out of my cab." As I'm trying to plead and beg, he screams at me and says, "Patek, get out." So now I knew I had two choices, to get out or to be his girlfriend. I got out of the car, banged the door, and also shouted my own obscenities. Took a breath, I looked around. Unfortunately, I could see the yellow light in the distance. I made my way back. I spoke to my petrol attendant's friends. I said, yeah, that situation did not quite work out. They continued to ask people for lifts for me. And finally, an older gentleman, a grandfather this time, offered to take me home. We had a nice ride home, explained this long night to him. And when we got to my aunt paid him. I told my aunt the story. She was mortified. And then I went to bed. I had never been so happy to see my bed. Later on that day, Aubrey called me. He was wondering what happened to me because he thought that Simpiwe would have been taking care of me, but Simpiwe just got too drunk and he left, and they don't know what happened to me. They were really worried. I said to them, no, I'm fine, but this is what happened. Aubrey couldn't believe it. He said to me, my friend, I am so sorry. You have every right to be angry. I said to him, Aubrey, angry? The water has never tasted so sweet. The air has never smelled so fresh. I'm just happy to be alive.
Yes, girl.
Being alive is better than being stupid. Thank you.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I did promise you that she's an elegant storyteller. And one more round of applause. It was almost like I was with her throughout her endeavor. I don't want to meet the old gentleman with a suit in the car. Not me.
Make some noise. Hadithi.